2A gang, what's good with you? Look, fam, as always, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. You shouldn't take it as fact. You shouldn't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, just actually go ahead, take 1 second, just deep breath, hit the like button. That's it. Just deep breath, hit the like button. All right. And if you are not a current subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, y'all. I think you're going to love the content that we bring. If you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe later. And if you are an existing subscriber, thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. All right, let's get this rolling. Look, fam, this review is long overdue. This episode is about one of my dream guns. You know what's funny about dream guns is that as soon as you buy one, there's another dream gun. Funny how that works, right? But this is one of my dream guns that I was able to purchase. And of course, I am talking about none other than the Kriss Vector Gen 2 CRB rifle. Fam, check out the beauty that is the Kriss Vector. Now, they make this in the rifle version as you're currently seeing it, and they also make it in a pistol version. Now, for those out of the state of California who wonder, well, what the heck is that brown thing on the back of the grip? That is California, baby. That's how we do it out here. Heaven forbid you be able to grip the gun normally, but that is a featureless grip. And one of the things that we have to deal with out here is that a wireless has to be in 1 or 2 configuration, either fixed magazine or featureless. There is not a fixed magazine option for the Kriss Vector CRB, so we have to run it featureless. It just means it's the same as yours, except we have to fix our stock where we want it, and that it has to have a featureless grip. But in my opinion, a small price to pay to be able to own and shoot a beauty like this. This gun is all stock. It's just got some dagger defense, 45-degree angle flip-up sights, and of course, it has that Aim Point Pro. Okay, so look, fam, let's talk about the Kriss Vector. You know, this gun is, I'll put up specs right there so you have all the salient details. The rifle has the 16-inch barrel. This is chambered in 45 ACP. And what's great about this, too, is it takes Glock magazines. So if you're in a non-capacity limited state, you can have, as you guys know, there are Glock magazines out there from a variety of manufacturers that will allow you to hold 20 to 30 rounds in 45 ACP, and you got 20 to 30 rounds in 45 ACP, you can do damage. You can do straight damage. So look, fam, one of the things that is very, what draws people to Kriss Vector is their innovation. Let's be honest, fam, you know, in the gun industry, you know, what passes for innovation is sometimes, you know, going from plastic sights to metal sights, right? Like, that's innovation, right? Sometimes I feel like we crawl instead of running. And I think what people really appreciate about Kriss Vector is not only did they attempt to do something that was really creative and innovative, but they did it well and it worked. And so a lot of people, when they see this, it's the design of the gun that stands out to them. But design without function is merely just for show, right? In this particular case, the design has a lot to do with the functionality of the gun and what makes it unique. So the main thing that people see is it has, wow, what's this big lower here? And why is it shaped that way? And so most guns, most typical rifles, as you guys know, cycle front to back, right? And with all the power that these rifles have, when it cycles front to back, the recoil pushes back into your shoulder, right? Well, with the Kriss Vector, it has a special recoil mitigation system that instead of going front to back like this, it goes back and down and then back up. And so what this does is it makes the gun a lot flatter shooting, which allows you to shoot a lot faster. And there's a lot less felt recoil. Now, some people like take it too far and expect there to be no recoil. There's no such thing, y'all, as no recoil unless you're firing like a 22 or a little 5.7 by 28 round, you know, something that's very light recoiling. But, you know, you're shooting 45 ACP, you're going to have some recoil. But it is far mitigated than if you were shooting a 45 ACP PCC with a traditional recoil system. So the recoil, while there is still some recoil, it is much lighter. It makes the gun flatter shooting, which allows you to hit your follow-up shots much, much faster and much more accurately. And fam, they did that. They did that. This Kriss Vector, man, the way it feels when you shoot it, it's special. It's special. You know, I would not, you know, I did an episode recently saying, you know, I'm going to sell some of my gun collection because I want to refine down my collection to things that I feel are more critical, but also things that I feel like are innovative and collector's pieces, and this Kriss Vector is definitely one of them. This is definitely staying in the collection. All right, so look, fam, they make this in a 45 ACP. They also make it in a 9mm version. My understanding is that you can change out the lower in the barrel and make this a 9mm and vice versa. I didn't have the desire to do that, but they say you can. If you are used to shooting an AR-15, this is going to take a little bit of getting used to. Number one, the mag release is located right here, you know, right by your left hand. Now, instead of being over here by the trigger somewhere like it would in your typical AR-15, so that takes a little bit of getting used to. The charging handle is here on the side, right? Instead of being back here behind the bolt carrier, right? And so that's a little different. It's got an ambidextrous safety. That's right here, right? And you know that isn't hard to master. But like I said, the controls are a little bit different. If you're used to running an AR-15, it's going to take you a little while to get used to the platform. The side charging handle reminds me a lot of the Tavor 95. But look, fam, once you get used to it, you can run this gun incredibly fast. Like I said, it's a very flat shooting gun, very low recoiling gun, allows you to have your follow-up shots much, much faster than you typically would, particularly shooting a 45 ACP caliber gun. So the trigger, it's a good trigger. It is not, so here, let me see if I can show you guys. So there's a little creep, but not a lot. There's a definable wall. There's a definable wall. Crisp, clean break. Reset. It's a good trigger, solid trigger. It's got a little creep to it, but I got to be honest with you. I didn't feel it. I don't feel it when I'm shooting. I don't notice it when I'm shooting. And so from that perspective, I think it's really good. It's really good. So look, fam, that is the Kriss Vector Generation 2 CRB rifle. They do make it in a pistol version too. I know some people kind of freak out because the pistol version and the rifle version look a little different. Both of them have a very unique look to them, but different. And so people wonder, well, why is that? So they make a pistol version of this. I'll put up a picture of what the pistol version of this looks like. Obviously, the pistol version is in California, falls into that California handgun roster situation. You can still get them, but you have to buy them private party. And so that puts a markup on them. For me, I had no problem with the rifle. I love the way that the rifle looks. And so, yeah, fam, that was, it was a no-brainer when I got the opportunity to pick this up. I found it at a gun show last year, and I had my eye on one, had been looking for one, and man, it just was like, I walked past the booth and it was hanging up on the wall, and I was like, ah. It was all good. So anyway, fam, that's it for the Kriss Vector Generation 2 CRB rifle. If you guys have any questions, you can always hit me up down in the comments. And as always, take care of one another and peace.